Okay. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. What's going on, everybody? All of those who are tuned in and following the series. This is, I guess, a special installment concerning the special event that took place at the end of last year, actually the 12th month of last year. I was supposed to post this video like a week ago. Forgive me for being so long and posting it up. You know, kind of got busy, whatever, work and things like that. And I had to do a little more research. So before I go into this topic, I know there are a lot of discrepancies out there about the exactness according to the lunar or ecclesiastical calendar. I made this video based on the way that I observe and keep this calendar. I'm in no way saying that I'm the only right one or the right doing it the correct way and everyone else is doing it wrong, or I may even be mistaken. I'm posting this video based on how I observe the calendar and how I keep the holy days and what have you. So what I wanted to do in this video is point out one of the verses that I noticed in the book of Enoch, and according to my calendar, it took place on the 12th month of the last. This, of course, is the second month of the lunar calendar. And I noticed something that took place in the 12th month of last year. And I want to go into the book of Enoch to cover that. But I want to set some base precepts and then we'll get into the lesson. And the precepts I'll be using in this lesson will also be used later on in the series. So you'll get to hear these precepts again once we go farther into the series. So I want to start off first here. Got to kind of look at my notes. I want to start off first here as a pre-lesson. Let's go to Jude, the book of Jude, I'm sorry, chapter 1 and verse 14. So I got my Bible here, as you can see. I'm going to go to Jude, chapter 1 and verse 14, and get some base precepts concerning Enoch. Jude chapter 1 and verse 14 reads, "And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Most High, or the highest, come with 10,000 of his saints." So we see here in the book of Jude that Jude is referencing the book of Enoch. So let's get into the book of Enoch and talk about the specific part that Jude is referencing. Book of Enoch here, as you can see. And I'm going to go to the book of Enoch, chapter 61 and verse 10, which reads, and this is, I'll set the scene here. This is Enoch being taken through the heavenlies and shown his vision given to him by the Most High after he had been petitioned by the B'nai Ha Elohim, or the fallen angels, to make a petition on their behalf because they were at that point, quote unquote, imprisoned on the earth and couldn't travel up into the Shamayim or to the heaven any longer. And they noticed that Enoch was righteous before the Most High. So they had asked him to make a petition on their behalf before the Most High that they would be able to come out of this bondage and other things. So the Most High took Enoch in spirit up into heaven and showed him a lot of things. And, that's very briefly paraphrasing. But among these visions, we're in chapter 61 of Enoch in verse 10, and he's seeing the future here. Because the Most High revealed to Enoch a lot of things, the courses of the stars, all the years of the world, the treasury of the winds, the treasury of the snow, places of the earth that man can't go, and things of that nature. So in one of the visions of the future in Enoch chapter 61 and verse 10, he saw a vision of the return of Mashiach and the Most High. And in Enoch 61 and 10, he says he will summon all the hosts of the Shamayim and all the Kodesh ones above, and the hosts of the Most High, the cherubim, seraphim, and Ophanim. and all the Maliakim of power, and all the Maliakim of principalities, and the elect one, and the other powers on the earth over the water. On that day shall they raise one voice, and Baruch, and glorify, and exalt in the spirit of faith, and in the spirit of wisdom, and in the spirit of patience, and in the spirit of mercy, and in the spirit of judgment, and of shalom, and in the spirit of goodness, and shall all say with one voice, Baruch is he, and may the name of the highest of spirits be Baruch forever and ever. So this is the portion of the book of Enoch that Jude is referencing in Jude 1 and 14. So let's get another base precept concerning Enoch. Let's go to Genesis, back in my Bible, chapter 5, verse 18. We'll start at Genesis chapter 5 and 18. Genesis chapter 5 and 18. And Jared lived 162 years and begot Enoch. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with the Most High after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him. So Enoch didn't die, and the Most High took him up into heaven just like he did Eliah or Elijah. So we just set a few basic precepts for Enoch here, so we can begin to go further into the calendar. So let's go to the book of Enoch, chapter 72 and verse 1. Enoch chapter 72 and verse 1. And it reads, and thus the highest commanded the kings and the mighty and that's 62. I'm sorry. I need to get to 72. Salak. Give me 1 second. Enoch chapter 72. Almost there. Enoch chapter 72 and verse 1. The book of the courses of the luminaries of the Shamayim, the relations of each according to their classes, their dominion and their seasons, according to their names and places of origin, and according to their months, which Uriel, the Kodesh Mala'ak, who was with me, who is their guide, showed me. And he showed me all their laws exactly as they are, and how it is with regard to all the years of the world and unto eternity, till the new creation is accomplished, which dureth till eternity. So we see right here that the Mala'ak, or the angel Uriel, reveal all the years of the world to Enoch until the new creation, or the new earth, the new Jerusalem comes, which will last for eternity or forever. So we can get that. Let's go to Revelation 21 verses 1 through 3. Revelations 21 verses 1 through 3. Revelations 21 and 1, which reads, and I saw a new Shamayim and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, Johann, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of Shamayim, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of Shamayim saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. So we see when Uriel showed Enoch all the years of the world and how they correlate with the stars and the sun and the moon, which is for signs and seasons, dates and times, which basically are the instruments the Most High gave us to keep our calendar. He saw up until this new creation will come, which will last forever, when the Most High comes and dwells with men. Okay. So let's go. We're not going too much into a future lesson. Let's start getting to the calendar. So let's start off at Enoch chapter 72, verses 6 through 8. Enoch chapter 72, verses 6 through 8. Enoch chapter 2 and verse 6 read, in this way he rises, and he's talking about the sun here. In this way he rises in the first month in the great portal, which is the fourth of those six portals in the east. And in that fourth portal from which the sun rises in the first month are 12 windows opening, from which proceed a flame when they are open in their season. When the sun rises in the Shamayim, he comes forth through that fourth portal 30 mornings in succession and sets accurately in the fourth portal in the west of Shamayim. So it shows us right there that the first month has 30 days in it, because when the sun rises in the Shamayim, he comes forth from that fourth portal 30 mornings in succession and sets accurately in the fourth portal in the west of the Shamayim. And then the next verse goes into a future lesson, so I won't go there just yet. But let's fast forward, right, onto the 12th month. This is Enoch 72 and 31. And on that day, the sun rises from that portal and sets in the west and returns to the east and rises in the third portal for 130 mornings and sets in the west of Shamayim. On that day, the night decreases and amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts, and night is equal to the day, and the year is exactly as to its days, 364. So we see that the 12th month has 31 days in it. But if we go to Enoch chapter 78, we'll see from time to time something happens here. In Enoch chapter 78, verse 9, it says, and in certain months, the month has 29 days and once 28. And I believe in the 12th month of the last year, we had a month that had 29 days. I have my calendar here, which is in my own personal notebook. So when we go back to our 12th month, which ended in the middle of March, according to my calendar, the 29th day of the 12th month was on the 13th of March. That was the 29th day. And then our first day, then the first day of the first month was March the 14th. And then which would make it a 29-day month, because the first day of the 12th month was on the 13th of February. So instead of there being 31 days, I believe, as in regards to the book of Enoch, there was only 29 days, with the first day of the 12th month being on the 13th of February, and then the last day of that month being on the 13th of March. So yep, if I have that right. Yep, so new moon 2/13, and then the 29th day of the 12th month was the 13th going into the 14th. So we see here with a month that was supposed to be 31 days, we had 29 days in it. That's something that kind of Enoch told us to look out for. So I'll come back in another video and kind of substantiate that a little bit more. And I don't want to run over my time in this video, so I'll come back with another video linking this one up.